Drawing realistically with coloured pencils can feel like a talent that some people have and some people don't. But actually, I truly believe that it is a skill and a process that anyone can learn. I want to show you today the keys to drawing realistically and the general things that I do for every drawing that I create. It is very much just a process that you can also follow. So let's get straight into the first thing that I'm looking for and I'm doing when drawing anything. I want to find a reference photo. So in order to create a realistic drawing, I think for something to look truly realistic, you have to draw from a reference. Trying to draw all of the random details that are in any object just from your imagination, I think would be extremely difficult. And I don't think it would ever look as good as actually drawing nature, for example. So I want to select a reference photo, and there's a few things that I'm looking for in a reference. First up, I need the reference to have really good contrast. This is by far the most important point. I need my reference photo to have a good amount of lights, darks, and mid-tone colors. Trying to draw from a reference photo like this is never going to look as good as drawing from a reference photo like this, and it is simply because it doesn't have that contrast. The next thing I'm looking for is a really lovely and clear reference photo. I need it to have a decent amount of detail. If I can't see the details in the reference photo, I'm not going to be able to draw those details in. If I try and draw a blurry animal, I'm not going to know which direction their fur is facing, for example. And the final thing I'm looking for in a reference photo is that it's from a sensible angle. Generally speaking, I like drawing objects that are head on, either directly on or looking straight down. I think often if you try and draw things from a bit of an angle, they tend to look okay in the photo, but they just don't translate very well into the drawing. And it doesn't matter what I'm drawing for this rule to follow. If I'm drawing a person, I want to draw them head on, not looking at them from a funny angle. The same with an animal or with even food or random objects. Selecting this right reference photo is the first step to a beautiful drawing. The next thing I always need to do is create an accurate sketch. I'm not going to have a very realistic picture if it's all out of proportion. Now, generally speaking, to create my sketch, I like using something called the grid method. This is where I draw a grid on my drawing paper and on my reference photo, and I just draw what's in each individual square. So this stops me from looking at the object as the object, and I start looking at it like a series of random shapes. I just need to draw those shapes in. If I'm drawing a really simple object, I can create larger grid lines. If I'm drawing something extremely complicated, I can make much smaller grids. Once I've drawn in my sketch, I can then erase my grid lines, and I have something that I can be working with. Now, before we go any further, if you're finding this video helpful, please do click the like button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notify bell to be notified of all of my future videos. So now I'm already off to a good start with the right kind of reference photo and an accurate sketch. The next thing that I need to do is build up the pencil gradually. I think often it's easy to think that you can just block in the pencil, block in some solid color, and it'll end up looking realistic. But actually, firstly, it's unlikely you're going to have exactly the right color for what you're drawing. So we're going to need to mix colors together. And secondly, there generally isn't going to be solid blocks of color in whatever you're drawing. You're generally going to need to make a series of gradients going from one color to another. So what we need to do is build up the pencil gradually in a series of very light layers. This is called layering. So I like to work from the lighter colors towards the darker colors, just putting in the lightest color that I can see in each area, and then the next lightest color I can see in each area. And I also want to be marking in all of the main shapes. I want to be really getting my bearings on what is going where and gradually working towards those darker colors so that I can make mistakes. Then if something isn't looking quite right, if I think I've got something in slightly the wrong area, I can adjust it and build upon it before I get to those really dark colors. And that leads me very nicely into the next thing that is the key to realistic drawing, drawings. I talked about it a bit earlier when we were looking at the reference photos. It is contrast. You could create a beautiful drawing with perfect colours, but if you haven't got that contrast right, if you haven't got the lights, darks and mid-tones marked in, it's never going to look amazing and it's never going to look super realistic. In fact, I strongly believe that if you can get the contrast right, the colours don't matter as much as you would expect. This little mouse looks realistic as I drew it properly, and if I adjust the colours of the reference photo and I draw it again with a bit more blue to it, it still looks realistic, just a bit more blue and realistic. So the colours aren't the area that's particularly mattering there, it is the contrast. Now before we go any further, if you would like to draw any of the pictures you've seen in this video, I do have the full tutorials available on my website. In fact, I have loads of different drawings covering all sorts of different subject matters. For every single one of these drawings, I include really clear in-depth instructions broken down into a series of chapters. So they're smaller bite-sized tutorials that you can work through one at a time. I also include all of the real-time footage so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Every tutorial comes with a set of swatches so you can see the exact colours that I'm using in my drawing. And I always include the sketch outlines, both a light sketch outline if you want to print directly onto your drawing paper, and a much darker sketch outline if you want to trace. And finally, I always include that carefully selected reference photo. I have some simpler, more beginner-friendly drawings to get you started, and some much longer, more complicated drawings that have a real wow factor. And I have not only coloured pencil tutorials, but also graphite and watercolour pencils as well. Check out the link in the description. So if I've now built up my sketch, I know that I've got all of my proportions looking lovely and accurate, and I've built the colour up gradually, layering all of these colours on top of each other and building up that contrast. There's only a few more things that I need to be thinking about. Firstly, I do want to be adding in all of the details, particularly towards the end of a drawing. Those details will set the drawing aside from a less realistic looking drawing, but this is made so much easier because I've already marked in the main shapes. I've got a really good idea on what's going where. I just need to add in those final areas, and the key to this is working with a really sharp pencil. I sharpen my pencil way more often than you might expect. It's just not possible to really control where that pencil is going if it's a bit blunt. And finally, the last thing that you should always focus on is drawing what you see. I think it's very easy to make assumptions about items, maybe see a really random color in a drawing, but think, well, that doesn't make sense to be there, and then not add it in. You should focus on drawing what you see and not what you think you see. And if you draw what you actually see in this carefully selected reference photo, it will end up looking right. But I think it takes a certain amount of practice to focus and to really know what you're seeing. So those are the steps that I go through to create a realistic drawing, and it is the same for every single one of my drawings. Do let me know in the comments if there's anything else beyond this that you use for your realistic drawings. And if you're a beginner and you would like to know more about creating realistic drawings, check out this video here. Happy drawing, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.